In this video, we will introduce Linear Layout Part 2. In linear layout, each child view is placed within its orientation, vertical or after the previous one in horizontal, a single row or column. A view's available properties can change depending on its parent layout. For example, a text view inside a linear layout has a different set of properties than when it's inside a relative layout. The bad layout nests many different linear layouts, meaning that it's a bad practice to nest many different linear layouts. It is not unusual for developers to use linear layouts for complex layouts, but this often creates overly complex layout files and poorly performing UIs. Let's look at a basic example of how to set up a vertical layout with the linear layout. I'm going to change my orientation to vertical, and I'm also going to change the Android background. Now here I have a text view for a label and also a button. I'm going to copy or reuse this button and add 3 more buttons. I'm going to call this one button A. We're also going to change the text to and finally we'll create a button C. And we'll give it a layout weight of 1. In linear layouts, we also support assigning a weight to individual children with the Android layout weight attribute. This attribute assigns an importance value to a view in the terms of how much space it should occupy on the screen. A larger weight value allows it to expand to fill any remaining space in the parent view. Child views can specify a weight value, and then any remaining space in the view group is assigned to children in the proportion of their declared weight. The default weight is 0. For example, if there are 3 text fields and 2 of them declare a weight of 1, while the other is given no weight, the third text field without weight will not grow and will only occupy the area required by its content. The other 2 will expand equally to fill the space remaining after all 3 fields are measured. If the third field is then given a weight of 2 instead of 0, then it is now declared more important than both the others, so it gets half the total remaining space, while the first 2 share the rest equally. And this is per the Android API. So now let's demonstrate our functionality. I already have the Android emulator up and running, and I also have already installed my app on the emulator. If you want to start the emulator and start the app, first select the project where the app resides. Select Run As and then Android Application. Now we see that the buttons, instead of going across horizontally, are positioned vertically. We also see that button C takes up most of the space. That's because of the attribute that we set, layout weight. This concludes our discussion of Linear Layout Part 2.